Good morning. Am I audible?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good. Welcome to this session. I think we'll wait for some more time, 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
My-
sir.
Yeah. My screen is visible. My sharing screen is visible.
Little bit blur, sir.
Okay. Okay. Good morning to all the students. Very happy to see all the PG students of MSc Environmental Sciences for this session on air pollution and its sources and impacts. I am very happy. I am Dr. Ravinder. I am a Chief Environmental Scientist retired from Pollution Control Board and DPTRA, and have a privilege to discuss on the today's topics. Let us go in details. So whenever any doubts are there, we will further discuss. In the meantime, you can stop me and we can discuss. So what is the air pollution? First thing is, what is air pollution? We have to understand. Anybody can tell what is air pollution? Hello? Reply. Okay. See, what is first thing when we want to discuss about air pollution? We have to understand what is the sources of air pollution. What is the composition of air pollution? We have to first clearly understand. What air contains mainly? Generally, air is containing about 78% of nitrogen. We know very well 78% of nitrogen. Then what are the other air pollutants still we are having in this? Oxygen is around 21%. So totally we have 78% oxygen and 21% nitrogen and around 0.09% argon. So we have three things present. So our nitrogen is the major component, oxygen is the second major component, and argon is the third component. Then comes carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is only about 0.04 percentage presently. 0.03% was there. Now slowly because of pollution, carbon dioxide increase in the environment, it is slowly decreased. So remaining all other gases like nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, all are well within the limit. So first thing is we should understand what is the composition. So air is having maximum nitrogen. So because inert, it doesn't burn. Oxygen is sufficient, 21%. But because of continuous consumption, it may come down up to 15% also sometimes. Then oxygen shortage will come. But generally, till even though sufficient oxygen is there, one. Second is, then what are the pollutants? What are the air pollution sources? We have to understand. First thing is second. As per our unit topics, we have to understand what is the air pollution sources. Do you know what is the air pollution? Is it naturally possible? We have to first understand whether it is air pollution is only man-made or is it naturally possible. Before that, we have to understand what is meant by air pollution. What is meant by air pollution? If anything is there abnormal, for example, air is purely present, nitrogen and oxygen, all the gases are there. If this air is having some contaminants, especially sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, and carbon dioxide and dust levels, which are actually present, but the levels will, if it increases, then it's cause pollution. For example, we have small amount of carbon dioxide, but because of industrial use, carbon dioxide is increased. Similarly, dust levels are very, very less if you go to a rural place, but the dust levels are increased in the city. So this is called air pollution. So, because of our man-made activities or some of natural activities, the various pollutants are entering into the atmosphere. If anything is abnormal in the air which is not present, then it's called pollution. So, it is present in the minimum quantity, but its concentration is increases. It is called air pollution. So, there are a lot of definitions for air pollution. But air pollution is mainly presence of dust levels, presence of gases, presence of mists, presence of fine fumes. So many parameters will be responsible for this air pollution. Okay. So now we have understood what is the air pollution as per definition of Perkin and others experts in that. As per WHO also, WHO also, World Health Organization also divided this definition. Okay. Second is, what is the pollution sources? Is it naturally possible or is it man-made? Question is, if pollution is there, is it natural or man-made? Generally, air pollution is also naturally occurs. Very surprising to see, isn't it? But we know, if for example, if volcano occurs, what is happening? Then automatically there is possibility of lot of air pollution is occurring. Volcano means very hot gases come from the lava volcano, comes out. And along with this, lot of dust will be liberated, molten lava will be liberated, sulfur dioxide liberated, carbon monoxide liberated, hydrogen sulfide also liberated. So these are the one of the first natural sources. So many volcanoes are occurring, except for in India and other countries, we don't have luckily volcanoes, but many countries we are having volcanoes where air pollution is, especially Italy and other things, possible happening. One. Second major natural pollution is forest fires. We know already Amazon forest fire, California forest fires, so many forests. Even our India also, we have a lot of forest fires. Especially forest fires are more and more common in American countries and European countries. Of course, in India also, our forest also. This forest will burning, then lot of air pollution will take place. Lot of air pollution due to burning of
Sir,
trees. Yeah,
sir, this is Suresh here. Good morning, sir.
yeah,
Ravinder, sir. Sir, is
yeah.
there any possibility that we can record this session?
Yeah, no problem. You can record it.
I cannot do that. It should happen from your end.
Acha. So where is record button? Well, university is not recording.
No, I sent a request to allow me to record, but admin to.
Record this to this computer. I am recording. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, now it is recording. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, you can
I
also
am.
minimize this PPT. We cannot see the complete screen
So
because
PPT, I can stop it then. Otherwise, PPT, I will. PPT is visible to you?
visible, but it is not completely. It is only one quarter. It
Okay,
is visible, not complete PPT.
okay. Then,
Maybe size we need to reduce and
okay,
present again.
okay, right. 1 minute.
Yeah, now it's better. You can continue.
Okay,
You can put in the presentation mode. That
yeah. Okay,
bottom
presentation.
button. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Okay, is it okay? Okay,
Yeah,
visible?
this is fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
sir.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. Okay. Then primary sources I am telling natural pollution is forest fires and of course natural organic decay also. For example, if lot of sediments are there, lot of bottom sediments in the river and bottom sediments in the sludge, all these also causing lot of air pollution. Marshes, plantation, marsh lands are there. There also air pollution is possible. So even cosmic dust will come from the solar area. That is also air pollution. Then pollen grains, especially pollen in the many countries, is one of the major sources. Even in India also, pollen source is one of the major sources. And debris, spores, so many are the natural pollution, natural things. But luckily, all these natural sources are very limited and restricted to particular area. So that's why we need not bother about what is natural pollution. One. Second is man-made sources. Because of various activities, we are having lot of air pollution due to man-made sources. One is population. When population increases, what happens? We are burning lot of fuel. We are burning a lot of transport, lot of house construction, lot of forest felling. So that is the major source where we are removing forest and habitation started. The first air pollution source is because of increase in population and increase in habitation. Number one, that is the main. So urban sprawl is more. So when urban sprawl is more, so we have the highest pollution problems in air pollution. One. Second is deforestation. Because we know very well, plants generally absorbs most of the uh, pollutants. It is very common. Many plants, we know carbon dioxide is taken by plants only and release oxygen, one of the major photosynthetic process. Similarly, many pollutants are also will be observed. But when forest is removed, deforestation occurs, pollution levels slightly increasing, continuously increasing. We know very well our carbon dioxide levels are increasing. That is one of the important, second important air pollution sources. Okay. Third is burning of fossil fuels. We know very well what is fossil fuels. We know the major fossil fuels are coal. Coal is plentifully used in the thermal power station and all the places, even domestic cooking, all the places, coal is one of the major source for industries. Coal is major source for the thermal power production, and many places, coal is the one of the major pollutant for air pollution. When coal is burned, we will get lot of gases. That gases we will discuss in the coming discussion. 1 second. Third is fuel also, petrol, diesel, and other products also one of the important gasoline products, which are very important for second pollutants also. Because due to shortage time, I will not kept all the kept in the presentation, but anyhow, we will discuss. We can interact in the meantime also. Okay. So second is the fossil fuels, which are very important, especially petrol, diesel, aviation fuel, everything what we are getting from petroleum refinery, we are using in one way or other way, and all are causing the second air pollution sources. Third is rapid industrialization. Because of industrialization, see you are now in this slide, you can see primary and secondary pollutant. Lot of industrialization, pollutants are very, uh, production is more pollution is going on. Primary pollutants, secondary pollutants we will discuss. But because of industries, not only carbon dioxide and not only sulfur dioxide, we are getting so many acid mist, so many fluorine, so many other compounds also releasing from the industry, especially volatile organic carbons compounds, which are releasing from the air and causing lot of air pollution. Next, because of this industry, you know very well, sometimes improper maintenance of industries, you know, a lot of accidents occurred. Bhopal accident occurred. So many chemical accidents occurred, you know, very well in Hyderabad also. Recently, fire accidents, everything happening. And all these industrial accidents also will release a lot of pollutants in enormous amount and causing the pollution in the nearby areas. Next is other sources is agricultural activities. Even agricultural activities also is causing lot of air pollution because especially we are using lot of pesticides. You are using urea, you are using so many other compounds. These also degrading and degraded compounds like ammonia is releasing from the agricultural area. This ammonia is also causing lot of air pollution in the nearby agriculture. Methane also one of the important agricultural fields. Paddy is one of the major thing where we have lot of air pollution because of methane. So all these things which are very important for things. So another source of air pollution is wars. Whenever we are doing lot of wars, we are using lot of explosives which are highly dangerous compounds. Trinitrotoluene, TNT, a lot of explosives, ammonium nitrate, so many explosive chemicals will be there. All these chemicals also causing, especially in we know very well about wars are going on Iran, Israel, and Russia, Ukraine, so many places because of improper use of lot of use of this warheads, war explosives are simply causing air pollution. So these are all the things. We sometimes radioactive pollution also one of the air pollution sources. You know, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Japan, during World War, what has happened, how it was damaged totally. So all these are air pollutants which are commonly sources. So more important, our first unit one topic is that what are the major sources of air pollutants we have understand. So what are the different air sources and air pollutants? Happy. Any question on this still? You have any question, please? If any no question, then we can
Sir,
go
I have
further.
one question. This
Yeah, please.
primary pollutants, secondary pollutants, right? So the secondary pollutants, the source would be the again the primary pollutants you mentioned.
Yeah,
Will it
now I
do
will
some
discuss the same thing. I will
reaction?
discuss. I will discuss everything. Behavior of pollutants, I will discuss. In the second unit, I will discuss behavior of pollutants. In this, I will discuss. But as per our unit one, we have discussed what is the air pollution sources. We have different sources, either natural sources and man-made sources. We have already discussed in detail what is the natural sources and what. Second is what is pollutants. Then what is the primary and secondary pollutant. Now in this slide we will discuss. Okay, let us see. So what are the major pollutants which are generally possible? So thing is the number one pollutants is the dust levels. So whenever any activity is taking place, whether it may be road dust or whether it is due to industrial dust or it is due to transportation Dust is one of the major important air pollution. We have to remember. Number one. What is the types of dust? That is very, very important. Because this dust is so minute of 0.01 micrograms to 100 milligrams, also bigger. So the dust is varying. In this dust also, the PM10 and PM2.5 is the very, very important. What is meant by PM10? What is meant by PM2.5? You have to understand. So any dust, PM means particulate matter. Instead of calling simply dust, which is one of the very simple, very general word, we are using the dust levels as particulate matter. This particulate matter is having more than 100 microns. Dust is called settlable dust. That is, one is simply settlable dust and suspended dust. Settlable dust means if any vehicle is going on the road, normal road, lot of dust will be generated. But the generated dust immediately settle down. So that is, there is not a problem. Only it's a matter of intermittent time it is generated. But this dust, which is settled, is called non-settlable dust. That is primary PM, that is more than PM 100. That is particulate matter more than 100 microns is not that much dangerous. Suddenly it come out and suddenly it will settle. So it will not enter into our lungs. So that is the number one point we have to remember. So any dust on the road suddenly doesn't cause any problem. Because if it is more than 100 microns, so cannot enter into our lung systems and simply it will settle down. Then what is the problem with air pollution? The immediate air pollution problem is PM10 and PM2.5. 10 is 10 microns. If the dust levels are from 0 to 10 microns, that dust is very, very important and dangerous. What is the danger is that 0 to 10 micron dust is immediately enters into our lungs and cause health problems, asthma or allergy, bronchitis, like all the respiratory problems will happen because the PM10 levels dust enters into the nose. Of course, we have luckily our nose is very, very excellent filter. It filters a lot of dust. But in spite of that also, because of fine particles, the dust levels are entering into our lungs and causing health problems like bronchitis or asthma or something. Which sometimes not for all, it will aggravate for some persons. So the dust is one of the reasons. Second is PM 2.5. That is 2.5 is very fine. 0 to 2.5 microns is very, very important. That dust is very, very important, which will enter into lungs. And in the lungs also, it will cause small nodules. Small nodules. That is why it is very, very important and we have to be careful. So, as far as dust levels are concerned, we have to discuss on two important topics, that is PM10 and PM2.5. Okay. Next is common air pollutants, which are very, very harmful to the atmosphere and environment and to the public, is this primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. I am going to discuss. Here you can see the slide, primary pollutants, CO, CO2. We have already discussed now fuels like coal and petrol. When coal and petrol is burnt, petroleum or anything, whatever you burn, carbon compounds, carbon burns into carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide. Mainly carbon, everything you burn it. Whether even in our LPG gas, whether it is diesel, whether it is petrol, whether it is coal or anything you burn, even leaves, everything you burn it, all organic carbon burns into carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Carbon dioxide is not directly harmful for our health. There is no harm. Immediately there is no harm. But what is happening? carbon dioxide is increasing the temperature of the earth. So hot temperatures we are observing. Temperature is increasing day to day. Global temperatures are increasing. We are having warm temperatures because of carbon dioxide. Why? The question is, carbon dioxide when enter into the air, it absorbs the infrared radiation, IR radiation. Pardon? Yeah, infrared radiation from the sun and increase the temperature of the upper atmosphere. So because of that, temperatures are increasing. This phenomenon is called greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect means in a glass greenhouse, lot of carbon dioxide is accumulated. When cold countries, the sunlight is falling, the increased carbon dioxide increase the temperature and lot of plantation is used to grow. So because of that, it is called as greenhouse gases. Second is if there is any improper burning of carbon, especially vehicles, especially two-stroke scooters or old vehicles, this carbon monoxide is possible. This carbon monoxide is releasing. So these are the first two pollutants. Luckily, there is no end. Carbon monoxide is primary pollutant, carbon dioxide. So carbon point of view, there is no problem. Only two gases, which are always primary pollutant. There is no secondary pollutant. But the carbon dioxide is one of the culprit for increasing temperature. When temperature increases, evaporation increases. Water evaporation increases. When water evaporation increases, sudden rainfall happens. That's why cloud burst will occur. Either cloud burst or there is no rain. Anything may happen, but that's why carbon dioxide is one of the air pollutant. Carbon monoxide also one of the important, but this carbon monoxide when enters the lung, it reacts with hemoglobin, our red blood cells, and forms carboxyhemoglobin. Of course, carbon monoxide poisoning is possible, and we will have suffocation and breathing issues. Sometimes we may die also. Carbon monoxide is mainly from industries, carbon monoxide is. But generally, all industries, everybody will try to reduce the carbon monoxide, burn all carbon into 100% carbon dioxide. Very rarely, whenever sufficient oxygen is not there, then carbon monoxide is possible. Okay. So that is about discussion on the carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Second is our petroleum coal is having lot of sulfur. Especially Indian coals, we are lucky. Indian coals are not having much of sulfur, but especially sulfur is present in all the fuels which are being used in industry. So this sulfur becomes sulfur dioxide. S plus O2 is equal to sulfur dioxide. This sulfur dioxide liberated and enters into the air. As such, sulfur dioxide is not a problem. But what happens? This sulfur dioxide is converting into sulfur trioxide. That is the problem. When this sulfur trioxide is formed, still it becomes react with water and forms H2SO3 and of course finally H2SO4. Sulfur trioxide and water form sulfuric acid. That is acid mist is formed in the air. It is called acid mist in the air. One. Second, so because of that sulfur dioxide, we have a lot of problems. Primary pollutant sulfur dioxide is converting into sulfur trioxide and causing acidic environment in the air. Second is nitrous oxide also. What is nitrous oxide? That's very, very important. We have two things, nitrogen dioxide, nitrous oxide. When nitrogen, which is plenty in our air, reacts with oxygen, when nitrogen reacts with oxygen, we will have so many oxides, NO2, NO, N2O3, N2O4 or NO2, N2O5 also. Five types of oxides are possible because nitrogen and oxygen, which are plenty in our air, at high temperatures. High temperature means more than 500 degrees. If you burn anything more than 500, automatically, then nitrous oxides will form. Even in our house also, nitrous oxide is produced. This nitrogen dioxide and nitrogen dioxide both will react with water and forms nitric acid. Here I have shown as a secondary pollutant. So nitric acid is one of the major polluting compound. One. In addition, this both sulfur dioxide and sulfur nitric oxide both are formed into acidic compounds. So secondary pollutants is acid mist. So whenever this nitrous oxide and sulfur dioxide is increases in the air, they convert into secondary pollutant, and there is a possibility of acid rain, which is possible. So first rain or few rains will be having low pH, because acid means what? Water pH is around 6.5 or 7.5. But generally, because of the sulfur dioxide and nitrous oxides, nitric acid and sulfuric acid, the pH levels will go down, go up to 4.5 or 5, and this is causing acid rain. But you may ask me whether acid rain is possible in our India. Luckily, we don't have much of the sulfur dioxide in our ambient, in our air. Sulfur dioxide is very less in our air. So that's why we do not have acid. This acid rain is mostly earlier, it is most common in European countries. London, it is most highest level of sulfur dioxide, sulfuric acid mist, acid levels, acid rain is very, very common in the European countries. Of course, now most of the countries are reducing the sulfur dioxide from their emissions. That's why because of that acid rain is reduced. But earlier, this acid rain is very, very common in the London, and it is called London smog. London smog is the most common smoke plus smog which is common in London, and that is highly acidic in nature because of sulfur dioxide. In addition, the ammonia also sometimes releases. I told ammonia is from fertilizers. Ammonia, urea will convert into ammonia, we know very well. Urea we are using plenty of urea we are using. Sometimes unnecessarily excess urea also we are using. This urea is converting into ammonia. Second, even plants also release ammonia. Wildfires also release ammonia because many plants will have ammonia compound. Even our um, agriculture area, agriculture fields also release a lot of ammonia. This ammonia also convert into ammonium ions, NH4 plus, with the help of these H plus ions, and ammonium ion also very good. If ammonia ion is only there, there is no problem. But this ammonium ion will react with sulfate. Ammonium sulfate is formed. Or ammonia react with nitrates and forms ammonium nitrate. So this ammonium sulfate, ammonium nitrate are very, very dangerous secondary pollutants, which will cause highly impact in our air. Air pollution increases like anything because of ammonia and this ammonium nitrate, ammonium particulate salts, which are especially harmful to the lungs.
Sir, this
We am
ammonium
already,
nitrate, ammonium sulfate also cause acid rains.
they will not cause, but they will cause smog, smoke plus smog.
Smog,
So
which
what
is
happens is, this is smog is, see, sometimes when winter we see lot of fog will come. But when air pollution is more, that fog doesn't go. Generally, we see in the rural area, we'll see a lot of smoke plus fog. This fog will not be there. The fog will react with smoke also and form smog. That is dangerous. That smog will have this ammonium nitrate and ammonium sulfate, and which are causing lot of health problems. So secondary pollutants, we have a lot of health problems compared. Particulate matter, there is no change. Particulate matter doesn't change. Particulate matter. What happens when we will discuss in the next class, second class. So that there we will see particulate matters. If it is in smog area, smog means smoke plus fog area, particulate matters levels increased, doesn't increase, but it will be accumulated and it will cause a lot of health problems. So these are the some of the sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide is the major pollutants which are converted into secondary pollutants and causing atmosphere pollution. Second is, we have already shown factories Power generation, vehicle exhaust I have shown, even Vulcan is also very responsible. In addition to that, we have hydrogen sulfide also liberated. Here I have not shown hydrogen sulfide. These are the pollutant emission. In my next slide, you can see natural pollution is volcanoes, wildfires, lightnings, nitrous oxide. Because lightning, what happens to the lightning? We are may not be knowing, but because of nitrogen, oxygen in high temperatures in the lightning, nitrous oxides are. So forest and here livestock, methane. Our buffaloes and other things release lot of methane. All the livestock animals, because of the rumination, they will eat and they will again digest. They will take the food immediately and they will slowly digest. That's called rumination process. In this rumination process, especially buffaloes and cows, everything, they release lot of methane. So that's why methane is one of the important pollutants, which is also causing air pollution, especially methane, high temperature. Methane is 10 times more absorbing sunlight. So even carbon dioxide is not that much important, but even though methane is small amount, but it absorbs a lot of heat. That's very important. Stationary industrial sources, I have told, and of course,
So,
car, trucks, buses.
methane will absorb a lot of heat from the solar system.
Exactly. Greenhouse gases, six types are there. Greenhouse gases means the gases which absorbs heat is called greenhouse gases. The first one is carbon dioxide. The second one is methane. The third one is nitrogen oxides. Even nitrous oxides also will release. Fourth is some fluorine compounds are there. So like this, five, six compounds are there. But they are very, very small amount. But mainly carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxides are one of the major three important gases which of course we have a lot of potential there. There is a list is also there. Which gases will absorb? So because carbon dioxide is now increasing like anything, 340 ppm. Carbon dioxide is 300 ppm earlier, 0.03, 0.003 ppm. Now that is 0.0033 ppm is 300 ppm earlier, 1900, but now it is 400, 400 to 450 ppm. So within 100 years, from 1900 to now 2025, 100 years, carbon dioxide levels like increased to many 450 ppm, 400 ppm. Many places this is increasing, causing air pollution. Okay. In addition to that, industry is releasing, yeah, not shown in this industry is releasing this volatile compounds also here in the secondary also. What happens? I've already discussed here. Here we see in the secondary pollutants, I am telling PAN. What is PANs? This is very, very important. What is PAN means? In this actually, as per our unit 2 chapter, we have behavior of air pollutants. What is the behavior of air pollutants? We have to discuss. As per the behavior of air pollutants, what is happening? What is happening to these pollutants? First thing is, we will discuss what is happening in the air. What is happening of these pollutants? This nitrous oxides and here carbon also there especially here in the air also we will have oxygen is converted into ozone. Actually the ozone which is formed, how ozone is formed, very, very important. So vehicles will release a lot of nitrogen dioxide. Okay. So we know very well nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen N2O, NO is released already, and these are one of the pollutants. In addition to that, oxygen is sufficiently available. In addition to that, some vehicles will release hydrocarbons. Vehicles release hydrocarbons. That means diesel and other vehicles, diesel vehicles or petrol vehicles, so release some unburnt hydrocarbons. These unburnt hydrocarbons will be there. Even some of the vehicles will release aldehydes also. Aldehyde, especially formaldehyde. When we see the diesel smoke, it is having peculiar smell. Burns also. Diesel smoke, if you see, it will cause burning of our eyes because of formaldehyde. So this formaldehyde and hydrocarbons react now with nitrous oxides and convert it into this peroxyacetyl nitrate. PAN is peroxyacetyl nitrate. It is a complicated chemical reaction which is called free radical reaction. In the small class we cannot able to discuss, but what is happens is this nitrogen and nitrogen dioxide reacts with oxygen. NO react with oxygen and forms NO2. This NO2 again react with our carbon compounds, forms NO but forms ozone. So this ozone, oxygen and NO reaction, the nitrous oxide and oxygen reaction, NO plus O2, NO2 it forms, but this NO2 plus O2 again forms ozone. This formed ozone is called ground level ozone.
Yeah, this is not coming from the sunlight, right? This is different ozone.
Ozone is two types.
Yeah.
One is on the upper level, stratosphere level. One
Correct.
is in the ground level.
So this is
This
harmful, this ozone?
ground level ozone is very, very harmful. Actually, what happens when oxygen levels are very high at high temperatures because of ultraviolet radiation, ozone layer is formed already around 16 kilometers from the above the earth. I don't know whether my slide is there. Let me see. Ozone layer is stratospheric layer, that is protective. That is umbrella. That ozone umbrella is already there in the 16 kilometers above the our ground level. So
Correct.
this is protecting our environment. So environment from the ultraviolet radiation, its job is only to control ultraviolet radiation. Sunlight will have a lot of radiation. In that, ultraviolet radiation is highly dangerous. Ultraviolet radiation also, of course, UVA, UVB, UVC, three types are there. But mostly it will prevent that harmful ultraviolet radiation. That's why ozone layer is always protecting us. But ground level, because of our industrial activity or because of our transportation activity, what is happening? This NO and aldehydes, especially aldehydes and hydrocarbons, which are released from the vehicular emissions, reacts. Morning, if we see, nitrogen dioxide is more. But by afternoon, sunlight is more, then ozone formation happens. From 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, plenty of ozone is formed. If you are happy to enjoy outside, lot of ozone will be there. Nitrous oxide will decrease, but ozone will be more. So this
That would
ozone
mean the
is
night time, sir, you are saying?
night time again it will come down because ozone again lot of nitrous oxide. Ozone will slightly come down, but it's not that much. Ozone should be less than 40 or 50, but presently it is now around 20 micrograms.
Uh-huh.
20 to 30 micrograms it is there. But that is also dangerous. What is happens is immediate effect is plastics are there. For example, if we have a plastic bottle, plastic material outside in our house. We know we have seen the corrode, it brittle, it becomes brittle. Na? If we keep
Correct.
plastics, it is brittle, it becoming brittle because of this ozone. Anything, even if any plastic items, anything, if you keep it for some time in our balcony or outside, it will brittle and break away. So because of the ground level. This ground level ozone enters into our lungs and causing lot of health problem. This is the urban air pollution problem. This PAN also, peroxyacetyl nitrate, I told, because some chemical reaction is there. This nitrous oxide and of course, hydrocarbons, I told ethylene or hydrocarbons, it may be ethylene or oxygen, will react with ozone and forms RCO2 or RCO2. Some chemical reactions are takes place. And this RCO2 is called aldehydes, and of course, they forms alkyl radicals. These alkyl radicals react with oxygen and forms peroxyacetyl nitrate, PAN. So this PAN is called secondary pollutant, and it is also causing lot of air pollution. So that's why we have to understand that simple air pollution is not only one solution. We know very well about carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, H2S. But main problem is formation of secondary pollutants which are causing lot of health problems. And air pollution is very, very important that we have to say. So behavior of air pollutants. If anybody is asked, if question is comes, then we have to discuss these things. How carbon dioxide, how carbon monoxide is converting into carbon dioxide, how sulfur dioxide is converting into sulfur dioxide and causing acid rain, how nitrous oxide, nitrogen dioxide is causing into nitric acid and further consequence acid rain. Similarly, this ozone, how it is formed in ground level, not in the atmosphere. Atmosphere, don't bother. It automatically, naturally it forms. Of course, we are damaging the ozone layer also. That is a different question. Then this especially because of chemical, photochemical reaction. These are called all photochemical reaction. As long as sunlight is there, this fan is not formed. So these are the, we have to see as we have.
In the absence of sunlight, these secondary pollutions will form, right?
Exactly. This PANs, especially ozone.
So again, when sunlight comes in the morning, these will go disappear, or how?
Cannot be. Of course, it may. If there is a rain and other things, it will disappear. Otherwise, it will be there. Reactions will take because nitrous oxide cannot react with ozone. Ozone formation will be
Yes.
maximum at from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock only.
Hmm.
Sunlight decreases, ozone formation decreases. So that's why there is a fluctuation of nitro. Early morning, lot of vehicles will come, lot of nitrous oxide only will. But afternoon, nitrous oxide decreases, ozone will increase. Ozone increases, all ions is possible. But this will be more, especially in cold countries, this problem will be more. We are warm climate countries. Luckily, in India, we are happy. This PANs not PANs are produced. The secondary pollutants are produced, but is not that much harmful because there is no cold condition. We don't have minus temperatures or 8 degrees or 6 degrees like temperatures like USA and Europe. So luckily
Yeah.
what happens, temperatures are more. So when temperatures are more, what happens, we will see in our meteorology. There is luckily we have some benefits of heating. High temperature is there. So when temperature
But
increases, pollution will go out.
so again, in cold cities like Delhi, there is a lot of pollution, air pollution.
If it is cold, yes. Delhi air pollution is only due to because of this so many other pollutants, secondary pollutants,
Yes.
and because cold fog, smog is there, smoke already there, fog is there. The fog
Hmm.
and the smog will form and smog is formed. So this is the
Okay.
main problem which is happening. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now any further questions? We can discuss further. Any questions by other students, please? Can I come into video? Already I'm in the video. Participants. Okay. Oh, good participants, more than 50. Any questions?
So this human health, which is more dangerous, primary or secondary, or both?
Secondary pollutants are more, but primary pollutants, see, luckily sulfur dioxide is one of the highly problematic pollutant. But luckily, because sulfur we have reduced, very well. Coal we are not burning. Industrial only coal is there. Luckily, Indian coals are very, very less sulfur. Okay.
Hmm.
One. Second is, earlier, diesel is having lot of sulfur, highest sulfur. But because of the government's initiative, sulfur is totally removed from the diesel. That's why we are getting ultra low sulfur diesel, ULSD. We are getting whatever the diesel we are getting. Still, it is having small sulfur. Still, it is 100% not removed, but still sulfur is there. So diesel is still having sulfur. So because of diesel emissions, there is a possibility of sulfur, but sulfur dioxide levels are not more than 10, 20, 10 micrograms or 20 micrograms. 80 is the limit. So luckily we have. But nitrous oxides are more because high temperature burning, agricultural burning, everything burning. When we are burning, anything you burn it, lot of nitrous oxides are there. Nitrous oxides are 20 to 30, 40 micrograms it is increased. So present pollution is nitrous oxides. But nitrous oxides only cause upper respiratory tract problem. That
Okay.
means you have only nose problem, sneezing, cough,
Hmm.
like this only. If you have sulfur dioxide, it will enter into the lungs and damage lower respiratory tract. A lot of asthma, lot of bronchus, like this will happen.
Okay.
So each parameter, lot of things are there. In one class, we cannot discuss, but anyhow, we can discuss that. it is possible, nitrous oxides. One.
Okay.
Ozone is very, very dangerous. Again, ozone upper respiratory tract and lower respiratory tract, total tract it damages. Okay, that's the problem. Any others?
Yeah,
Anita, Anusha,
I'm
Charishma,
good, sir.
Fatima. Yeah. Any others? Sandhya, no question. All are passive listeners? Happy. Okay. Okay.
Sir, you covered first two chapters, right, with this
Yeah. Now we'll go for indoor air pollution.
air pollution?
Indoor air. Second is behavior air pollutants. Third is indoor air pollution. Then we'll go for the standards. Okay. So what is indoor air pollution? Do you think that air pollution within the house is okay or problematic?
It is still problematic, na, sir, within the house.
How?
Especially when you are cooking in the kitchen, that heat and other, you know,
Yes,
pollutions
not
will
only
be.
nitrous oxides. We are
But
not aware actually. We close everything the doors and we'll use the LPG gas or something burning. But
even
what is happening
refrigerator,
is
air coolers,
refrigerators is not a problem. Air pollution is not only burning.
uh, yeah,
So
gas.
indoor air pollution, what happens if you use our LPG stove? Then
Mm,
what happens? Because any gas or any fuel, when
mm,
burned with oxygen, produces same nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide, everything. Carbon monoxide doesn't form because of 100% burning. Blue flame means 100% burning. Yellow flame means improper burning. So even your outside also, you take all the leaves and other things, burn it, yellow color flame comes. So yellow color flame means improper burning, lot of CO, everything is possible. So, but higher temperatures, especially what is happening is this uh, this nitrous oxide, especially in our houses, nitrous oxides are more, carbon dioxide is more. So we will close every doors, everything completely closed and use the stove. So like this nitrous oxides pollution. That is indoor air pollution many times more. Outside nitrous oxides are very, very less, but inside our houses it is will be very high. One second.
so not only
Second,
stove, but also
hmm,
refrigerators, CFC, chlorofluorocarbons, right? And
yeah,
air
exactly.
conditions.
But that doesn't come out. Because,
That
see, we cannot, the refrigerators are using freons, but generally doesn't leak out. Very rarely leak. Because, once never, very something happens only, it will leaks out. But the leaked floor,
no, when you open the refrigerator, right, you will get the gas, na, or the fog
that
will
is
come.
only, that is only mist, cold mist only. Gases
Mhm.
will not come.
What about air
This
conditions? Which
everything, air condition also, everything, because it is totally closed circulation. But what happens?
outside?
What happens? There is a possibility of leakage of this freon gases. These are
Mm,
chlorofluorocarbons, the
CFC.
CFCs. There is
Mm,
a possibility of leakages of the CFC, but the CFC never stay in the our ground level.
mm.
Immediately it go into the upper atmosphere to up to 16 kilometers and
Due
go
to
and
low
damage
density,
the
right?
and damage the ozone layer. It will go and react this refrigerators will leak and damage the ozone layer. That is the
But
problem.
that is also harmful, na? Ozone
That's
layer
why
damaging
harmful,
means
but not in the ground level.
ground,
That will go in
in the
mainly that will go and
ozone layer.
damage the ozone layer. So a lot of CFCs were released from industries, rockets, fuels, and other things. It damaged. One. Third is most important thing is some every house we were using some odor repellents, you know, this odonil or mouth balls, blue color or white color bath balls are used. That is the highest air pollution in our houses. This is called dichloro compounds, TCDD dichloro compounds. These compounds will release a lot of hydrocarbons which are causing a lot of health problems. The third air pollution problem is this, especially mothballs and our odor compounds, chemicals. Especially we are using chemicals for cleaning of the houses, which are also harmful. All these are indoor pollution is due to
Sir, we
because
use
of
that
this.
white balls na in the clothes for good
That is
smell.
highly dangerous and of course to
That also
precede
releases a
it.
lot of smell and gas, right?
That is highly dangerous for indoor air pollution. Actually, we are not supposed to use it. But
But many people
unfortunately,
still use, since ancient days, people are using those the cloths they will put to.
that is the cause of air pollution. Instead of that, you can use camphor. But we never use camphor. We use only that
Smell.
mothballs, which is highly dangerous. So
Yeah.
that is the third pollution. Fourth is sometimes we keep the vehicles in our houses inside and we will start.
Vehicles.
Your car or something, scooter will park it. We will not go
Hmm.
outside and we will start it. Cellar level. Cellar, lot of vehicles, cellar, especially in our cellar levels, we are using a lot of vehicles will start there only. And the
Yeah.
emissions will be released and that also cause, that is one also source of indoor pollution. Fourth indoor pollution is radon. Sometimes even we are using so many this especially not of course in India. Carpets are being used in our houses, especially US and UK
Yes.
because of cold areas. Total carpets are there. These
Yeah.
carpets also release radioactive components. So this is the one of the indoor air pollution sources. So indoor air pollution sources are so many improper burning carbon monoxide, nitrous oxides from the things. We don't have luckily sulfur dioxide. This especially mothballs and this radon from the these carpets and what are the chemical cleaning agents also. So all these are caused air pollution in the air. So indoor air pollution is also one of the very important issue we have to discuss all the times.
Excuse me, sir. What is radon? It is given in the textbook.
Radon is one of the radioactive compound. Actually, radon is sometimes possible in the carpets and other things areas. Radon is one of the chemical gas only. That is radon is small amount of gas, radioactive compound.
It is a
Not much.
noble gas.
Yeah, noble gas, but it is present in small amount, very minute amount. In indoor air pollution, it is causing air pollution. One of the identified pollutants, radon also. Okay. So these are the some of the indoor air
Okay, sir.
we have discussed. And any other things I missed. Let me see. Not there. Then we will go for the standards. I don't think. Uh, next, where is my slides? Slide I can able to see. My slide is visible to you?
Yes, it is.
Not visible to me.
This is primary pollutants screen only visible, sir. Not the indoor pollutants.
Indoor pollution. Slide is not there, sir. Because a short time they have given to me. Otherwise, I could have. I
Okay,
am
no
having
problem.
slides. That's why.
You can continue your discussion.
Here is my slide is here is the. I will stop share and again share it. Somewhere problem. Visible? Is it visible now?
No, sir.
Hello?
No,
No,
sir,
sir.
slide didn't show.
Oh, 1 minute. What happened? Forward. Okay,
Yes, sir.
is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir, visible now.
Yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
development of new air quality standards and other thing. Now we'll discuss the fourth topic. So, what are the standards that are available? See, totally, we have 12 parameters are, lot of air pollutants are there. But out of that, all air pollutants, some of pollutants are only identified as highly pollutant and very health impacts are there. So these are the pollutants which are identified. And based on that, Government of India has given National Ambient Air Quality Standards. National Ambient Air Quality Standards, NAAQS. What are they? What are they? See, first is sulfur dioxide given. Sulfur dioxide, we have given the limits of annual average 80, 60, 15. 15 is very sensitive area, 16 is rural, 80 is urban area. So our Hyderabad is annual average. There are two things, 24 hours and annual average. Two limits were given because sometimes it may increase also. There is a possibility. So 24 hours up to 120, 80, 30. So 120 micrograms limit is there for sulfur dioxide. Presently, our sulfur dioxide is very about 10, 20, 30 only. So we are luckily having sulfur dioxide is very, very well within the limit. So methodology is improved Western Gate method or method is there. Second is nitrous oxides, oxides of nitrogen. That way will may NO, it may be NO, it may be NO2, isn't it? NO is nitrogen monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, both only two important. Remaining three are there, but that we need not bother. We will only measure NO2. As NO and NO2 will measure. So there also limit 80, 60, 15, 120, 80. Same limits for both gas. Suspended particulate matter, that is higher level dust. That is, I told settleable dust. For settleable dust, 500, 200, 100, and 360, 140. Respirable dust, that is PM10, we have given 120, 60, 50, 150. Like this we have given. So these are the things. Then we have given lead also. Lead is very, very important. Lead actually we have given limits of 1.5, 1 to 0.75. Luckily, now lead levels were decreased. When these limits were given, petrol is mixed with lead because we know whenever when we start scooter earlier, not nowadays four-stroke scooters, two-stroke scooters are being used like Bajaj Chetak or some vehicles. We have to add some oil, 20 ml oil or 40 ml oil in the petrol. So after
Yes,
filling the
yes, I
petrol,
remember.
we use it to add some oil. So
Correct.
this oil is having this tetraethyl lead, TEL, tetraethyl lead. It is called as anti-knock additive. Otherwise, what happens? It will give a rattling sound. What sound will come when we start vehicle. There is a sound we use it to come. So to avoid that knocking, we use it to add lead. But presently we have what happens because the lead is highly dangerous. This lead will enter into the brain and reduce our memory. So because of that, lead is totally removed. Totally lead levels are reduced. Now we don't have any lead in our petrol, but we have benzene.
Benzene.
When we removed lead, we have benzene. So now small amount of benzene is still in the petrol. So that benzene is still released in the petrol and causing. Benzene we have limit. Lead limit is very reduced, but still that benzene is being benzene 5 micrograms is given limit. Then carbon monoxide is there. Carbon monoxide is also earlier lot of carbon monoxide problem is there, but nowadays because of all four-stroke and advanced BS6, BS4 vehicles, we do not have carbon monoxide also. But still, we have old vehicles being used in our Hyderabad or anywhere. Because of that small amount of carbon monoxide in peak time, there is a possibility. Ammonia also very, very important. This ammonia is from plant trojan, otherwise it is due to solid waste. So this benzene, it was given already 5 micrograms. Carbon monoxide already there. Formaldehyde still yet to come. Formaldehyde from petrol vehicles and other things. And PAH is already given. Benzopyrene. Benzopyrene is one limit is given. So these are the some of the standards which are already given so far. In addition, we have some arsenic, small amount of arsenic. Lead is also reduced. Mercury is also given. Particulate matter also given. And mercury in particulate. Mercury is not present anywhere, but mercury is also possibility of mercury. We have kept limits, but there is no limit. Nickel is still present in our air, but this nickel is not much dangerous. Vanadium is also present, but it is also not much dangerous, which is not at all present. Sometimes only instead of lead, we may have lead small amount, may have small amount of nickel, we may have only two things. Then nitrogen dioxide already we have discussed. Nitrogen dioxide in individually we give. Ozone also we have recently limb scheme. Then particulate matter we already. Then benzene soluble fraction, all other things are given. This I think we are not required. This sulfur dioxide already given. Then what happens? How to identify this pollution? As a scientist, as a environmental science students, you know very well. Now you are very well about what is gases, what is pollution, everything you have studied. But a layman, I am not a science student. I don't know what is air pollution. So how to identify? So then there's this air quality index scheme. Index is just like marks. For example, whether you have passed with first class or second class or pass marks or some grades. How do you know? Some grading is given. Similarly, our air pollution also we have given grading. So every parameter we will give some marks, and based on that marks, air quality index is developed. So based on the air quality index, 0 to 50 is good, 51 to 100 satisfactory, 100 to 200 moderately polluted, 200 to 300 is out poor, 300 to 400 is very poor, 400 to 500 is very severe. So like this we have calculated IAQA, and based on the IAQA we are giving. So these are the things. What happens? If it is 0 to 50, very good, no problem. Satisfactory minor breathing. Hyderabad, if you say, it is in between satisfactory and moderate. Moderate means breathing discomfort to the people. What is the things? 51 to 100 satisfactory, 100 to 200. Hyderabad is falling 100 to 200. Delhi is having 300 to 400 or 400 to 500. See what happens, you see. We are having breathing discomfort to the people with lung disease. Otherwise, no problem.
So today it is 37 in Hyderabad.
37. Then it's okay because weather is good, na? Which
In our
where
area, I mean,
how where it is given? Website or where you have seen?
in the website, sir. In the weather
Newspaper?
website.
Weather website.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why that means satisfactory. We are having. Very
Okay.
rarely poor comes. Poor also something possible in Panjagutta and other places in the evening. Very poor and severe in Delhi and other things. This AQI will tell what is to be done. Okay. So this each parameter we have given marks like this because in this PM10 is PM 2.5 is highly dangerous. That's why its marks are very high. Nitrous oxide is okay. Like this we have given severe and other things. We have mathematical calculation purpose was given. That means how this calculation is given. So based on this, we have got a minimal impact and with color level, color coding is being. Air pollution and health effects, slightly we'll discuss. Still some time is there. Sulfur dioxide, I told already. Lower respiratory tract infection. That is inside of the lungs, it will damage. Especially cough, shortness of breath, bronchitis, cold, everything is possible. That is very, very important. Then nitrous oxide, upper respiratory tract, I told already. Nose, eye burning,
Yes.
ears, and throat only, up to throat. Throat and above.
Throat infection.
Throat infection and other things. That's why bronchitis. That's why called bronchitis only upper.
Is it
Upper.
allergic to skin also?
Skin, no problem. Skin, nothing will happen. Only respiratory tract. Nitrous oxide doesn't have any problem. Only lungs it goes the problem. So it is having this nitrous oxide. Then particulates, of course, particulates will go and lot of problems will come. Particulates will go inside. PM10, no problem, because 90% of the PM10 will be stopped in the nose level only. Only 10% will go. But PM2.5, which is a fine particulate matter, will enter into the lungs and cause lot of problems. Okay. So these are the things which are very important. These are already got everything I will give a lot. Benzene is one of the dangerous compound, is hazardous air pollutants, causes cancer also. But especially in the traffic junctions, we are not advised to stay, especially Panjagutta and other
Sir,
very, very rare.
where is this benzene release? Is it in the form of petrol
Benzene,
or?
benzene is the vapor in petrol. Petrol,
Okay,
when we removed lead, we have improved. The benzene still could not be removed fully.
uh,
They are putting lot of efforts in the refinery, but in spite of putting refinery, benzene slowly reducing. 100% benzene free is not there. Still benzene is there in the petrol. So petrol vapors are causing benzene. That's this benzene cause a lot of problems. Cancer in kidney, testis, brain. So many things are there. That's why it is not advisable to stay much of the time in the traffic, especially peak areas, peak times. Prolonged exposure will have problem. Otherwise, no. Okay. So that is why acute benzene problems are there. Lead also similarly I told, but presently I told already lead is reduced, but this lead will cause a kidney problem and nervous problem, respiratory problem, brain, memory to the, especially memory to the children, especially behavioral problems in the children. So that's why lead levels 10 microgram deciliter is there, the problem. But nowadays, still lead is there, but not much. But there is a lot of good reduction in the lead is there, especially. Then ozone levels, I told already, ozone, higher elevation causing health problem. Especially eye burning will take place. Eye burning, nose burning, throat irritation, chest discomfort, cough and headache is possible. This way is called a respiratory irritant. Carbon monoxide, generally not present, but if it is present, it reacts with hemoglobin and our oxygen carrying capacity will be reduced. There's many problems. Dangerous, we may have to admit hospital if CO poisoning is there. But generally improper burning only. Wherever improper burning only, then only carbon monoxide is possible. Then VOC, these are the new compounds. From industries releases volatile organic compounds. This will react with our nitrous oxide and forms our ozone. Ozone is due to because of this VOC. So I have already told what is nitrogen oxide. This is already given. So this, inside the lung, what is the lungs is like this, very well. Many of you may be environmental science students. So this is the things. 15,000 liters air enter, and of course from there all pollutants also will. So this is the damage lung things, the back and other things. So I will stop it here, I think. This I will stop it here. Okay.
even smokers also release a lot of chemicals, no, sir? Yes.
Very highly.
Yeah. Tobacco.
Especially tobacco, very highly, because they release fine particulate matter. One, they release hydrocarbons. No, two, they release lot of carbon monoxide. Any smoker will release a lot of carbon monoxide because it is improper burning. So carbon monoxide is very high. Hydrocarbons will be there, lot of hydrocarbons, because tobacco contains a lot of hydrocarbons, nicotine and other. Nicotine will
Yes.
be there anyhow. They require nicotine, but because of purpose of nicotine only, they are taking smoking. Smoking only for nicotine purpose they are taking. But in addition to that, they are taking lot of particulate matter. Lot of particulate, because smoke will go inside. Fine particulate
Mm.
matter will go. CO will go because improper burning. One. And of course, lot of hydrocarbons are there which are carcinogenic. Are going. Smoking is dangerous actually. When we tell smoking is dangerous, nobody will tell. If you tell these are the things which are present, then somebody
So
may
benzene will
realize.
also release, no, sir?
Pardon?
From smoking cigarette. Benzene also will be released, sir.
Benzene, so 128 compounds are there from actually. I am not listing.
Wow.
WHO, World Health Organization released 128 major compounds. 340 compounds are there. 120 compounds are major compounds which are causing harmful smoke. Not only this, active smoker will have all this problem. Passive smoker who are nearby also will have this problem. Smoking has always problem.
Directly
Compared
impact to
to
lungs and
yes,
neurons.
everything all will be impacted. But instead of that, they could have taken nicotine, directly nicotine tablets or nicotine cigarettes.
That is
Instead of
solid, na?
200 pollutant parameters will decrease, isn't it?
That won't release any harmful gases, na? In the
It
air.
doesn't release it, only just a tablet, nicotine tablet. Those persons who
So,
are suffered already could have taken. They could have saved environment. Na? But it is habit to take smoking and cigarette. That is the problem.
mm.
Yeah. Any other things?
So we expected some questions from this indoor pollution.
Sure.
What kind of
Indoor air pollution. Actually, indoor air pollution so far, we know only what parameters. What are the air pollution parameters which are present in air outside is also present in inside, but mainly because of complete closure and we do not have ventilation because many houses don't have chimney, isn't it? Here an exhaust will be there, but exhaust is not that much effective. Somewhere it will be there. Instead of exhaust gas going out, air will come inside also.
chimney?
We require chimney, powerful chimney compulsory, so that all the pollutants will go out. One. Second, indoor air pollution, especially nitrous oxides and other things, we don't know. There is no smell. No smell for carbon monoxide, no smell for NOx, these things. Temperatures are very high. Gas temperature is around 700 to 800 degrees because blue flame, 100% burning. So one, especially the smooth balls and other things, bathroom, so many chemicals. All chemicals are air pollution generating. That's also indoor air pollution. I will share it also if possible.
Sir, we measure indoor air quality also, inside air quality, how it is? Like
we are measuring, but there is so far no standards were fixed for in India. In other countries, European and American countries, standards were fixed. In India, we do not have standards for indoor air quality. When there is no standards, who will monitor? See, outside it's there. So outside I will monitor. Inside there is no
inside.
limits. Inside there is no limits so far fixed.
In US,
How much?
they will keep measuring that meters. So
Yes,
that will tell
because
you like temperature.
in US what happens? Carpets will be there. When carpets are there closed, lot of cold conditions, spores will form. Pollen grain will form, and microfungus spores will come. So many biological organisms also will be there. Luckily, we don't have. We have a clean.
Carpets also release harmful gases.
Yes, the small pollen grains will be there, and small volatile organic carbons will be there. They releases. That's why, compared to other countries, India is okay because much of the time we don't use carpets. So carpet dust will be there, carpet molds will be there.
Sir,
All these are indoor air pollutions.
sir, carbon monoxide can also cause to lose the consciousness and even some causes to die. Right, sir?
Exactly, because carbon monoxide is 240 times powerful binding with hemoglobin. For example, RBC, red blood cells, will react with oxygen. What is the function of RBC? RBC will take hemoglobin present in our blood, red blood cells will take oxygen. Hemoglobin plus oxygen forms oxyhemoglobin. This oxyhemoglobin will go into the body and exchange in the cells and takes CO2 and comes out, carboxyhemoglobin. But when CO is there, CO will complete bind and this binding nobody break it. That's the problem. Carbon monoxide once binds, it is not easy to break. The doctor has to come and the doctor has to give only 100% oxygen doesn't work. 90% oxygen plus 10% carbon dioxide he has to add it. Even in ICU, if you give 100% oxygen, CO poisoning doesn't go out because it requires carbon dioxide plus oxygen.
Sir, if CO is destroyed in the atmosphere, either it may rise the level of CO2 as well as CH3, sir.
Can you repeat me?
Sir, if CO2 is destroyed in atmosphere, then it may rises the quantity of CO2 as well as methane, sir.
No, no, actually once CO forms, CO will convert it into CO2. Generally, CO, of course, but generally, improper burning only carbon monoxide is possible. Na? Carbon dioxide 100% burning. Improper burning is very rare, but once formed carbon monoxide, it cannot simply subside. It will take its own time. 1 to 2 days it will stay. Even carbon monoxide, once released, immediately it cannot convert into oxygen, carbon dioxide. CO plus O2, CO2 doesn't form. It will take its own time. That's why CO is dangerous. CO should not form, but
But it can
in
rise its levels, sir.
yes, it can
Right?
rise because,
Yeah.
for example, lot of fuel is there, oxygen is insufficient. For example, fire accident happens, CO will form. If anything burns inside, there is no sufficient oxygen is there, CO will form. Earlier vehicles also used to release CO, but luckily we have now 100% conversion, 100% burning is going on. But even outside we fire it, for example, some wood or agriculture or some waste burning, carbon monoxide is possible because improper burning. The temperatures are very less, 200 or 300. If you burn wooden, coal burning or something, wood is very less, oxygen is less. So yellow burning, yellow flames are dangerous. Yellow flames will produce CO.
This red
Okay.
and orange will also release carbon monoxide, right?
Red and orange.
Flames.
Carbon monoxide. There is possibility of carbon monoxide because improper burning. If it is burning is more than 600 or 700, you have blue flame.
Hmm.
Blue flame is sufficient also. Okay. Thank you. You can also still require through your coordinator. You can ask me any doubts still. You can
Sir,
have.
we have
Let us
another class from 12 to 1:30, right?
another 12 5 or something. I will come.
Okay. Thank you,
So
sir.
5 10 minutes. Just you take a break. Then I will join. Okay. Thank you.
Please under link now to join this class.
I think another link.
Yes. Not this one.